Good morning and welcome back to Life in Chaos. Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Oh, good. All right.
Can't complain. Nobody listens.
I mean, I'll listen. The question is, do you want feedback? Is my question. Okay, so I have a really good question for you guys. So, a lot of you don't know, but the great thing is that Kelly and Elizabeth do know because they are part of my village, and no, you're not the village idiot, so don't say that.
Darn it.
Stealing
That
your punchline.
I know, right?
real quick, that recently and I have a joke later.
Uh-oh.
That recently I went through a whole medical episode, and going through that, I am now on a uh, mm, lifestyle journey.
Hmm.
Okay. I wouldn't say health journey because it's all about my lifestyle, right? It all kind of goes in together.
It's all of the above.
It's all of the above. And so I have recently um, become number obsessed.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if you know, you know. If you don't, I'll explain it. And so this morning, I got on the scale and I did not like the number because just 2 days ago, the number was something else. And so I get on and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, oh, what did I do? What did I eat? Oh my God. Da, da, da. So I'm freaking out. So something in my head said, shut the fuck up.
Good.
Okay. And so my husband was in the kitchen making breakfast for the kids. And I said, hey, I need you to come here for a second. I need you to turn the stove off. I need you to come into this room. I need you to look me eye to eye. He hates when I say this. So I'm like holding him. Now, mind you, I just had coffee. He hates coffee breaths. I'm like breathing all in his face. And so I said, I need you to hear this. And he said, what is it? And I said, I'm becoming number obsessed. Immediately, without thinking, he already knew what I was talking about and was already heading to the bathroom to pull the scale out of the bathroom. And so I stop him. I'm like, ho, let me finish. And he's like, I already know where this is going. Do you all ever do that with each other? Like if one person says something, the other already knows how to like instantly jump in and react?
All the time.
Yeah. Not
So-
so much with I was
Not so
trying to
much
think
being
of
like
that,
number
but
crazy,
yeah.
but like just overall, right? Like,
Mhm.
and so I thought about it because then my son asked my husband while I was in the shower this morning, he asked him a question of, you all have been married for 18 years. What is your secret? Now, mind you, that wasn't something that genuinely came from this little boy's brain. He saw it on some damn YouTube channel, okay? But my husband was kind of taken aback, like, our child is asking this question. And he told him, he was like, it wasn't always easy. And the truth is, it was not always easy. But
Mm-mm.
over these last 8 years, it's been, fine. It still has some shit in there, but it's been fine. And excuse me, that was rude. And so it made me think he truly is my person,
Mhm.
right? Like we truly match each other's energy. And it had me going back to you all because you all have been together for a very long time.
Mhm.
And my question to you too is, do you all match each other's energy?
When we need to.
Yeah. We're very we balance each other.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the right term. Like you balance each other. You see each other for their good and their bad, flaws and all,
Mhm.
right? And you're still there.
Yeah, it was funny. Just last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
our son was really in a bad place mentally because of some stuff that was going on. And he was being a complete asshole to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't wanna talk to me, didn't wanna be in the same room with me,
Mm-hmm.
like, my existence annoyed him.
Right.
Um, and I was just like, "What the heck?" And Elizabeth and I were sitting down and talking about it because he was being fine with her,
Mm-hmm.
and she looked at me and she said, "You realize he's you, right?" And she's like,
That's true.
I've had almost 23 years of
Mm-hmm.
learning how to manage you.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it on him,
Mm-hmm.
no problem."
And you know what's funny that you say that is because, each of our children are a representation of him and I. Attitude, demeanor, sense of humor, and just overall personality is a mixture of him and I.
Mhm.
And it's crazy to me because when my children look at him and I, they don't just see mommy and daddy. They see mommy and daddy as a unit.
Mhm.
They see us as one. They see us as, a team to work with each other. Now, don't get me wrong. Have they tried with their little souls
Oh.
to play against
Mhm. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a
Absolutely.
given.
It's a given. They have
Kids do that.
tried, but they have failed miserably. But I that was my thought this morning because I was like, I wonder, does anyone who is true about their person ever go through this to know, like, oh, wow, they are listening, or oh, wow, they are in the same mind frame as I am,
Oh, yeah. I
right?
mean, I can't explain to you how many times that Elizabeth has held my hand when I'm on the ledge
Mhm. Mhm.
and prevented me from.
From jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Theoretically, not literally.
Sometimes it is literally.
But
Um,
yeah, I and the great thing is I think the reason why I'm all about killing Elizabeth, killing Elizabeth, killing
'Cause
Elizabeth,
we're awesome.
because you're awesome, but because I feel like you all are a mirror reflection of how my husband and I are.
Mhm.
Um, because it's family first, always, and that's the foundation. And then we're so selfless that we forget to be selfish.
and that's where I kind of come in for Elizabeth.
Mhm.
Like, I'm there to help her deal with anything
Anything.
that pops up
Mhm.
emotionally, but I'm also the person who is like, "You deserve this.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself.
You
You
have
have to
to.
do stuff that makes you smile."
Yeah. I mean, he did that last night when I was laying in bed and it's not sexual, I promise, but I was I was laying in bed watching TV and all of a sudden the TV went black. And I was like, sir,
I was watching
sir,
that.
the TV's black." And now mind you, he's playing his video game and that's his outlet. I let him have it. At least I know where my husband is. Not
Mhm.
everybody can say that.
Mhm.
So I was letting him do his thing. I was scrolling on my phone and he's like, "Is it still black?" And I said, "Yes, it ain't changed it in color." And so he comes in, he tries to reset it, and he goes, "Well, I guess that's it." I said, "Okay, well, give me $300. Imma go ahead and go buy this next TV." And he's like, "What? That was fast." And I was like, and I did, an hour. So on a typical Saturday night as I'm laying in bed, all of a sudden, $300 later, I go and buy a new TV that was bigger and better than the one we had. But it was like we were both in sync because he literally was like, "Okay, well, that's it." And then I knew what he was thinking. We'll wait until next week to get it. And I was like, "This ain't happening.
No, I
We
need
doing
that
this
TV
now."
now. I was
Right?
watching
Like,
that.
I was really watching something, and it was in the juicy part. So I was like, "No, we are doing this."
We had that
So
happen in the middle of a blizzard.
mm,
We were home we were living in East Boheme,
mhm,
like, middle of nowhere.
mhm.
And God forbid,
The
the TV
two-year-old
died in
couldn't
the middle
watch
of
Tom,
Thomas.
Oh,
and
no.
our two-year-old lost his ever-loving mind,
Mhm.
and we knew we were gonna be stuck for days.
Yeah.
It was Super Bowl Sunday too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
You're a
so,
sports fanatic, so I get it.
well, no,
Oh, no, I don't care.
Oh.
but it was, we literally drove out in a blizzard,
Uh-huh.
Because we had to get the TV.
'Cause you
and
had to get a new TV.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and this was a long time ago, so it wasn't like order something on Walmart and have it
Yeah.
delivered in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
no.
This is pre-Instacart,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Walmart pickup. Yeah, all of that. So that was
Pre-self-checkout.
yeah, exactly. Pre self and scan and go. Excuse me. But So yeah, that was my question to you all before we jump into a topic that I wanted to discuss today. But before I do that, I do have a joke. What kind of jeans does Mario wear? No, no takers.
Mm-mm.
Denim, 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 denim.
That's good. I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna have to use that in school this week. They look at me and they go,
Oh my god. Elizabeth got her Halloween costume.
Oh, what are you? Oh my gosh.
"The goat." It's like a goat onesie thing, but it has like a little gold
That
thing
is
on the zipper,
so
and the back says "goat."
cute. Okay, so,
And it was wearing gold aviator
we are
glasses.
going to get a photo of Elizabeth in her goat costume, and we will post it to our Instagram, listeners. Are we?
You should have
Yes.
seen our son's reaction to it.
That is so stinking cute. I love it. I
I thought
love
it
it.
would be hilarious
That
to wear
is
those.
awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get a picture of that. It'll be a while before we get it, but we're gonna get it. Um, okay.
Sooner than you think. I mean, it's already September.
It
Well,
it is. Well, technically it
not.
is. Yeah, just say it is.
No, but I got till midnight, damn it.
You got to 11:59 and 99.
Whatever.
I was about to say 99
99
seconds.
seconds.
59 seconds. But
That
yeah,
part.
She
Clearly,
needs
I
that
need
extra 40 to process.
Clearly, I need we got Kelly over here just dying. All right, so the topic today, I am going to post a little disclaimer that the terms in this discussion are a bit sensitive, and listener discretion advice can be a little triggering for some. And it's no disrespect at all. But I want just some clarification. That being said,
Conversations and learning are all what it's about.
correct. So I was doom scrolling, first mistake, and this lady pops up, and she was a black lady. She was very beautiful. I digress. But she was very pretty, and there was a Caucasian lady sitting on the bench. They were at this bar, I guess, and both of them were women loving women. Okay. And the black lady said to the Caucasian lady, "Are you a stud?" And she's like, "No, I'm masked." And she said, "Well, what's the difference?" And so the Caucasian lady said, "I don't know, but I'm masked. I'm not a stud." And so the black lady says, "Well, does that mean you" I think her name is Kay, so we're gonna call her Kay. So Kay said, "Is stud only for the black community?"
Mm-mm.
And let's call the lady that was, having this conversation, we'll call her Ann. And Ann says, "I don't know because 'cause I'm not black." And so I was like, "Good answer." But then it got me to thinking, and I fell into this deep rabbit hole. And then I went to Google. Second mistake. Second
sorry,
fucking
I don't mean
mistake.
to laugh at your
No,
existential
you are
crisis,
absolutely
but
fine because
anytime
I
you go to Google, it's bad.
correct. So I went to Google and I definitely probably should not have because my thing is, and if you hear me typing, it is because I'm pulling it back up. I went to Google and the definition between the 2, and I can't find it on here now. God dang it. It was more so I'm gonna
Are you
summarize
on
it.
Google?
No, I'm on freaking Bing. That's the problem. Um, Let me see. Stud versus mask meaning. And here it is. Okay, so and this is the AI definition because apparently that's where we're at in these days. Stud, butch, and mask are terms used within the queer community to describe a masculine gender expression. While they often associate with lesbians, all are distinct terms with different histories, culture significance, and levels of specificity.
Specificity?
Thank you, because words
Yeah,
don't
that's a
work with me. So, stud is defined as a term specifically used by and for Black and sometimes Latina masculine lesbians. It
really?
describes women or non binary person who is masculine presenting. The historical context: stud identity was cultivated in the 1960s by Black working class lesbian who wanted to distinguish their experiences from the predominantly white lesbian feminist movement. Mass, the term is an umbrella term for anyone with a mass gender expression. It can be used by people of any gender or sexuality who present in a masculine way, including lesbian, gay men, trans, and non binary people. Butch, a specific identity term for a masculine presenting lesbian. The term has historically described women who embrace a more masculine style. Okay, goes on and on and on and
I kinda
on.
thought
Hmm.
mask was the new butch, like a more general way of
Ma
saying it, if that's a
mask is definitely a newer term.
Hmm.
Um, I had not realized that stud was specific to.
A certain demographic,
Mhm.
yeah.
right? So here's the funny, not so funny. Why the hell did my husband know more about this than I did?
Um,
Like, wait, sir,
Well,
what?
to be honest, like, I am a member of this community,
Hmm.
and I probably know the least of anyone.
So that's the other thing. So my thing is this, and this is where my thought process goes. I am somebody who grew up in the 80s and 90s. I was
Mhm.
born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, so on and so forth. My mother had a friend, believe it or not, had a friend who was a couple, and one of the women was more masculine presenting
mm,
than the other. But she did not call herself a stud or a butch
It's more
or a
androgynous,
bull
maybe?
dagger.
Bull
bull
dyke.
No.
Oh, bull dagger? Never heard that.
Yeah, and not bull dyke and not anything else, but
or a
she
dyke,
or
because
a
that
dyke, because that to me, that's derogatory, but
Yeah.
it
Depends on
it depends on who's it coming. So that's what my
yeah.
husband was saying. He said it depends on the class of person that it's coming from, right? Just
I
like
think it also depends on the context the person is trying to use it.
correct. So for instance, if we're using the I'm not even saying that. If we're using the word bitch, right?
Mhm.
Um, be like, bitch, you look good.
yeah,
That's a certain context, right? But if you're like, damn, you are being a bitch,
it's
that's a
completely the opposite.
different context, right? So
So if you're a obnoxious teenage boy, not my son, um, who throws out, "Look, it's a dyke." They're doing
And they're
it
not
to
mhm.
talking
be
about the,
hurtful.
water, bridge
Damn.
drainage thing.
Mm. Mhm. To me, if you are, any part of the so this is my conversation. I'm sorry, I just stopped with the train of thought. So I do that.
We can go on a different train of thought.
Okay. So we as a whole, we as humans, okay? I don't care if you are tall, fat, short, whatever, black, purple, green, maybe green.
Yeah, 'cause,
Uh,
yeah, that brings a whole lot of
man,
other questions.
woman, non-binary. I don't care. We're human. We
Mhm.
bleed. Okay, as my favorite singer says, we're all pink on the inside. Um, my thing is this: at what point we already know that the LGBTQIA plus community, I did ramble that, but we already know that there is already a stigma with with the community, right?
Mhm.
Why do we have to bring race into it? And I say that because the term stud, yes, it was used in the 1960s to differentiate, but in today's world, in today's society, it's now strictly I don't see Latinas calling themselves studs.
Well, I don't think
She froze.
She
no.
did.
I'm trying to think of the words. Um, I think that people who identify themselves certain ways
Mhm.
don't necessarily share how they identify themselves with others that they don't trust.
No, I'm stuck. Um,
Sorry, I
no, you're fine.
could
So,
because I think there's a lot of reclaiming of
y
things,
okay.
and there's a lot of
Or
lack of understanding.
And I guess that's where I am. Okay, so
are you saying, like, this greater community, why do we have to separate in there? Why can't it be?
a community,
Yeah,
why can't it just be we're already frowned upon.
right.
On the yeah. Yes. She raised her hand. Yes, ma'am.
Because, unfortunately, what started in the '60s and '70s as the movement
Mhm,
was predominantly white and male until we had the women's movement, and the
mhm,
women's movement was like, "Okay, we'll include lesbians, but you can't be too lesbian-y."
mhm. You have
Um,
to be more feminine
Yeah, there
or
still is definitely
there's
this
still
this
that stigma.
this, like,
and
lesbian,
the fact that
from gay
just
men.
like
I mean,
Y
oh, it's bad.
yeah.
But and just like lesbians were kind of shoved under the rug, you can be part of our community to further our goals, but we don't wanna know about your
Mhm,
experience.
mhm.
And and I'm not comparing the 2,
Right.
they intersect here, but when you look at the same kind of discussions that happen around the experience of other minority communities,
Mhm,
and when you are a multiple minority,
mhm,
it becomes even more complex, but the experience that a Latina or a Black person or an Indigenous person or, you know, any person of color,
mhm,
um, has in this community and with that identity
mhm.
is different. And our community, and I'm saying this as a white person,
Right.
doesn't do a great job of educating ourselves
Mhm.
mhm.
about those different experiences and respecting them.
And I think that because of the society that we're in and because of the hatred in which a lot of people are spewing like it's a venom, um, it's hard.
Well, it's very easy to say, "Well, I may be this, but at least I'm not that."
Right, and, for me, it took me a long time and I'm not saying to admit it to myself because I knew, but to say it out loud, um, that I am bisexual. And so what's crazy to me is that when I grew up, it was LGB. T. But like T came later,
Yeah.
but it was like LGB, right?
Mhm.
And the B wasn't silent, but now the LGBTQIA plus community is making the B silent. Like, a-
The
and how is that fair?
It's not fair, and the reality is that the same way average Joe Blow cis person
Mhm.
can't wrap their head around the fact that it's not a binary
Mhm.
for gender,
Mhm.
they can't wrap their head around the fact that it's not a binary for who you love.
Right. Which is baffling to me because these are the same. Joe Schmoes
Mhm.
that are down for their women, down with their women to have threesomes, right? Um,
Because it's not threatening.
because they want it.
Mhm,
Because for them, it's a sexual fantasy
Mhm,
and there's no threat. Whereas if you're dealing with a gay man,
mhm.
it's why would anybody want to act like a woman? Because being a woman is the lowest
But
thing
they're
you could
so
possibly
targeted
be.
to the more feminine like, men who are very flamboyant and very out there. They are so honed in, and then it makes me wonder,
Oh,
"Sir,
it's
mhm,
deep down under that layer, are you wanting to be with that person? Because it's clear to me you are fixated on them."
mhm,
And have y'all seen the movie The Crying Game?
Mhm.
Okay. Um When he was so fixated on her and wanted to be with her, and then it came down to them having sex, and if you've never seen the movie, you should go see it, and his reaction behind it, you knew. You can't tell me you didn't know. You cannot sit here and say you had 0 idea that she was trans. There's no way. And even now today on TikTok, on social media, on Instagram, on all the social media outlets, women, trans women, or studs or masc, like, they are so mean. That's the only word I can think of. They are so mean to each other, and we already have enough hatred outside of that. So when people want to come out and say, "I'm a part of the LGBTQIA+ community," where's the fucking community?
mhm.
so, and I would say that there is probably some semblance of this in any minority group.
Mhm,
I know about it from our minority group. Um, the individual is not immune to the messaging from the outside world,
mhm,
you know? And it's often the case that people internalize
mhm,
the various phobias and hatreds. And even though they are part of that community,
mhm.
there's still inner voices that are like, this is wrong and this is bad. And
Well, I don't know. I get where you're going, and then there are some people who may feel that way. Um,
it's taken me 20 years to get Elizabeth to get over some of that.
and that could also be from childhood trauma, right? That could also be from situational,
Hmm.
um, events of your life. Some people cannot embrace who they truly are, and I get that, and unfortunately, some of them can't take it to the point where they unalive themselves, but s the ha the hatred and the separation, hmm, the segregation
The self imposed.
pisses me off
Mhm.
because, yes, you will accept me as a person, right?
Hmm.
For the most part,
Oh,
but
no,
as soon as I
100%.
say I'm bisexual, or I'll say, I ain't gonna lie, I'm I'm alsexual for my husband, right? Um, but as soon as I say, like, I'm attracted to women or I've been
Hmm.
with women or anything like that, all of a sudden now I'm dirty, I'm nasty. How could you do that? Your husband's never gonna love you. Your husband's never gonna appreciate you. No man's gonna ever wanna be with you because you've been with them, or no woman's gonna be with you because you've been with a man.
I always feel like a lot of stuff like that is because people don't take the time to ask the questions to understand
Mhm.
what all it means.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, sometimes it's just they're just assholes, and that's the way it is. But
Yeah.
um, or there's a piece of them that always wanted that, and for
Mhm.
whatever reason, they can't allow themselves to take that step or
Yeah.
to admit it.
Yeah. And that's so I'm in some of these Facebook groups, and, there have been some excuse me, there's, one group I'm in, and it's a married bi women's group, and this one member popped up and said, "I joined the group to find the courage to express to my husband that I am attracted to women." And, of course, everybody was like, "Oh, we're here for you. We're here for you." Here. And then all of a sudden, crickets. How are you here for someone to help someone
To
and then
disappear.
you disappear and you don't what advice are you giving this person? So I jumped in and I say, I get it. I completely understand. I've been there. I know how hard it is to just openly come out and say to your husband, "Hey, I'm bi." I said, "But how do you feel about it? Are you ready to admit to yourself that you're bi, that you are fully attracted to women? Have you ever been with a woman?" And da 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 da. Da. And she at some point was just like, "This is overwhelming. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do this." Um, so we all like in the group band together. Hey, find the best therapist
Mm,
you can because it's clear that you have to work through this,
mhm.
and let's get you some help. And so there were some members in there who were very nice about giving her some good references and all that. Now, have we seen this person in the group anymore? No. But and that's on social media. Now, if it was true, I don't know. But in real life, there are people out here
Oh,
struggling,
yeah.
struggling with their identity, and they have no place to turn, and they don't feel welcomed
Mhm.
to this community that was once a community that banded together.
It's never been a community, let's be real. I mean, I
Mhm.
there's a
It's a bunch of communities when they're in the same neighborhood.
there's been a dream that it's a community,
Yeah.
and there are moments when the bunch of communities come together in the same neighborhood and have a
Right.
big party,
Right.
Well, that's not saying you don't have
and
people within these
communities that have
communities that
relationships
aren't.
with other
Y
people.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my point. What is community? The three definition of community: a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Thank you, like you said, a community within a community, right? Like the second is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. To me, I feel like I thought that the and that's the other part of it. Do we call it a queer community? Because clearly it's not a true community. But I thought the LGBTQIA, I can't even say it. I can't say community, but I thought the mm,
People
Y
identifying as one of these.
correct.
there are
She wasn't done.
individuals.
She wasn't done.
Oh,
No, you're
sorry.
fine.
Oh,
No, she's fine.
okay.
There was one more, but no, Imma read it after. Yeah.
Um, there are members in the community
Mhm.
who are community focused, and it goes across, and they are beacons of hope for people.
But though that group of people is so far and few and in between.
Yeah,
But
they're
they're
outliers as opposed to.
but they're trying to get together.
So then are they a group of interdependent organisms of different species growing or living together in a specific habitat?
How very
Because
scientific.
because truthfully, I feel like that's it. Like, for instance, and I know we started this on one
Mhm,
aspect of it, but it all comes together because, for instance, we have, Floridians right now, um, sidewalk chalking
Mhm.
outside of Pulse, and DeSatan is calling
mhm.
Department of Transportation to power wash all of it away.
Mhm.
And each night they're going back and doing it and doing it and doing it. Now, to me, yes, you all banded together for the purpose of these 49 lives.
Hope.
Hold on. You know what? I No, that wasn't it. Okay. But I did find this other. Okay. So what am I reading?
This is an organization that
Stand in Pride.
literally is there to help support LGBTQIA plus individuals in their moments of need or in joy where they live.
To me, I feel like that's kinda like equality or equality
This
whatever.
this group will find you stand-in parents for you when you're getting married because your parents won't come.
Mhm.
This group will, like
I saw that on TikTok. Yeah.
this group will show up to your graduation and cheer louder for you than anyone else there.
Yeah.
This group will provide an ear if you're struggling with what to do without being super overwhelming.
I feel like I would love to be a part of that, right? We live in an area that is so red, blue, and purple, and the purple is concentrated in one specific area, but it's still scattered, if that makes sense. Like, it's there, but it's not there,
Mhm.
and it hurts my soul because I feel like raising children in this world, if one of my children came out as a lesbian or gay or even non-binary or whatever the case is, where is their support outside of me? They
Yeah.
will have my full-blown, d d
You have to do your research, but there is stuff out there.
Well,
and
And it sucks that you have to do your research.
well, I think also part of it too is because of this fucking ass administration,
yeah.
it made it so hard that
Mhm.
now they are in hiding.
One thing that's really been interesting for me to see in my new job role
Mhm,
is, at least in this small sub segment of society,
mhm,
there are so many different people identifying different ways.
yeah,
And it gives me hope for the future
mhm,
because they're all like, whatever, man. You're good. Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, and we need to talk about terms.
yeah, that was the whole original.
What
Yeah.
Uh,
what did I do?
you didn't do
Oh.
anything. It was our son last night.
Oh.
Um, so we had dinner and we try and have dinner as a family and
Mhm,
eat together and talk and build our own little community.
absolutely. Starts at home.
And so last night we were eating dinner and
Oh.
was talking about something and it somehow came around to
I gotcha.
we somehow came around to the fact that when he was an infant he had to have a surgical circumcision
Mhm,
because he was very sick
mhm,
and getting UTIs that were making him septic.
mhm.
So at 4 months old they said, we
Ex
need to do this for
Yeah,
his own well-being.
yeah.
And
Yeah, at
so
first they didn't want to. They were like, we need to get him stable after his,
Mhm.
like, instead of before he left the hospital. Yeah. They're like, we need to get him stable with these other things and, we'll see how it goes.
Right.
and so um we joked that because it was surgical and the surgeon was very good, he they were it was a good result.
Mhm.
And, that isn't always the case.
Mhm.
And he was like, "You're a lesbian. What do you know about anybody else did?"
And I just want to point out at this point, I started clearing the dishes.
You're like, "I am highly uncomfortable
I'm
right
out
now."
of here.
And I was like, when I was younger, I was not out and I
Mhm.
was trying to be typical
Mhm.
and I had relationships with boys.
So can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Are you a late in life lesbian?
No.
Okay.
I knew I was a lesbian when I was, like, 12.
Okay.
Um, but I grew up in a very Irish Catholic family, and it
Mhm.
was very not okay, and the adults in my life throughout my whole family
Right.
were very vocal about how it wasn't okay.
But now as a grown-ass woman and have a family of your own, they are accepting of it.
Most of them are dead, so I really
Yeah,
don't care.
they accept it.
Whether they like it or not.
Right. So
Um, but
questions.
but the key thing is my immediate parents did accept
Yeah.
it.
And I think that's the problem is that the parents at home, it starts at home, are not accepting of it.
Mhm.
And or it's like you say, don't understand it. And instead of asking questions or educating themselves about it.
When I finally got my mom to understand what I had to come out to my mom, like, 5 different times because she just refused to
Mhm.
it didn't
It didn't click.
she didn't want it to. And the first thing she said to me was, "Are you gonna shave your head?" I'm like,
But see that stereotype.
"What are you talking?" Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what she really thought
Mhm.
the next step was.
Right.
Like,
When people say you're a lesbian, it's a boy cut, it's mask presenting, you're wearing nothing but jeans and flannels or tank tops and no bra and this, that, and the third. I am a 5'7" Black woman, and I have shaved my head. I have had long hair. I don't like wearing bras because my titties are too damn heavy. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, what does that make me?
you.
Me. Right. It makes me me because
Yep,
that's who I am.
and it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. And so for me, the terms and the so-called labels, why? Why can't we just be women loving women or women loving men or men loving men or non-binary loving
Why can't we just be
non-binary?
people?
Why can't we just be people?
Humans, yeah. Um, but yeah, so to finish up my story because you will laugh,
Oh,
Gosh.
sorry.
um, and we need a laugh.
Yes. It's a little too dark.
Um, he was like, "Then what's Mama E?"
Mhm. Oh, because he
And
said you were a lesbian.
he said, "I was a lesbian, but I knew about dick." And he
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "What about you?"
Right.
And she's like, "Do do 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 do." I'm like,
I'm gonna put the leftovers up, okay? You can have them tomorrow.
and I looked at him and I said, "She's a gold star lesbian. She has never done anything with anybody but a
Mhm.
woman."
Mhm.
Well,
No,
nothing like that, you
no,
know?
no
No, not at
intercourse.
all.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're not
I
missing
would
much.
be I would be shocked if she actually touched one.
I have, thank you. Let's move on.
I mean, you change. Your son was a baby, so you were changing his
Oh, that's
diaper,
true.
so yes.
But not that's not right. But thank you.
I gotta hear this story.
Yes, I do
No,
too. I
we've
am
all
intrigued.
anybody who is anywhere on the queer identity train,
Mhm. Has
you've
experienced something of
yeah,
it.
where you have to pretend you're something you're not because that's the easier road. That's the way you know that you aren't gonna lose friends, family,
Family,
whatever.
you're not gonna get
You
your
know,
ass
you
beat.
try and
Yeah,
then you realize
it's not for
I
you.
can't do this.
Yeah,
This is not what I want. This is not who I am. This is not, you
yeah.
know.
But our son
Mhm.
starts calling her Coach Gold Star.
Oh!
That's better than Coach 59,
What the hell is 59?
inches tall. I was like, I am 60 inches tall. Thank you.
Aw. I love you. Elizabeth is our little Polly Pocket. That's how I describe you. My little Polly Pocket. I can put you in my pocket and take you around. She's so tiny and cute.
I can't reach the top.
It's okay. That's
Cats.
why, you have a son that's almost gonna be 6 foot tall. So but so do we want to talk about this penis story or no? 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 You don't want to
No,
bring it up? Okay.
it's
Okay.
not
Just
important.
checking. Okay. So I knew for me, that I was very, very, very much attracted to women at the age of 9 when I was playing house.
Mhm, mhm, I can see that.
with my friend, and I was always the dad.
Mhm.
So, but anyways, but yeah, but I ended up marrying a man because, like you said, that's the thing to do. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, but truthfully, eh,
You like him a little.
I like you a little bit, and it's crazy because he's gonna listen to this and he can be like, "All you do is like me? Okay, I love your ass.
But
Um,
only your ass.
only your ass." So I mean, Al and I fit each other. That's the only way I can describe it. We fit each other. Um, and I don't know, cause I am complicated. I am more complicated than a jigsaw puzzle.
You mean you're human?
Child, and if there is another woman out there who thinks that she can try to figure me out, good luck. That's all Imma say. Um, so we started off with this whole terminology, and I thank you both because I still am kind of.
It's still clear as mud.
It is, and I think that instead of just constantly going back and forth with, "Oh, I'm this," or, "Oh, I identify as this," why don't you identify as the name in which you were provided or that you would go
Choose, yeah.
by or your chosen name?
Yeah. Like, you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't owe anybody details of
I have something I need
anything.
to share
Uh,
because I did something, and I don't know how that's gonna affect me, but I don't give a fuck. So
There is a certain
I
point in life that you get where that is the 100% truth,
yeah.
and you know when you hit it.
Yes. So now I freaking can't fucking find it. Of course I can't. I delete it. So I have this thing where I go in and if I have a Facebook notification, I delete the notification. But I wrote this thing. So it was about the crosswalk in
Mhm.
Florida. Okay. And
The memorial.
yeah, it's a
The
the
memorial.
Memorial,
Let's
Florida,
be
right?
real.
And so this human being said something negative. Okay. And so I said, and I don't know what got into me that day, but I said, they said something about why do you have to put it in our face? Okay. So I said something to the effect of the LGBTQ community
Existing.
existed privately
Mhm.
for a very long time. It was your society that pulled us into the light and made it more pronounced. And now you see us. I said, so your narrow minded thinking is what's causing all of the chaos. Because instead of you asking the question or understanding, you spew hatred. So I said, had y'all left us the fuck alone.
But I don't know really that that's
No.
the solution. Like,
No, it's not.
no.
But it
But
felt great in the moment.
but but yeah, people need to realize, yeah, I don't want that in my face or whatever. Nobody's putting it in your face. I'm not
Nobody's putting it in
inviting
your
you into
face.
my house.
Thank you.
But I see, you and your wife, girlfriend, whatever,
Mm
walking down the street,
hmm. Mm hmm.
kissing, hugging,
Swinging.
doing this,
Yep.
knowing that I can't do that or
Yep.
somebody gonna come after me.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like, that's in my face.
And I don't say shit.
No. And in a freaking crosswalk that's painted, that's decorated, whatever,
Yeah. It's not hurting
it's not
anybody.
hurting anybody. It's not political.
Nope.
It's a
You
memorial.
made it political. You made it public, so we making it publicer.
Yeah.
Okay. The other part of it too is shit, there's a saying going around social media that says if you don't like gay people no, if you don't want gay marriage, then don't go
Don't
to
have
a
one.
go wedding
Yeah.
gay wedding. And then somebody else said, I blame straight people for making gay kids. Uh
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, listen. Hmm.
my parents were 1,000% straight.
Mhm.
It was just it was where I'm from. It just wasn't something that was ever talked about, wasn't known about, wasn't,
Yeah.
you ignored it if it was because it just wasn't
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
But here I am,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty gay.
And I love you for that. You're
We
a
have it
gold
all rampant
star.
through my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have an uncle who's gay.
Mhm.
I believe I have a cousin's kid who also is.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure my mom's bi. She
Mm.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Sh At Kelly's sister's wedding, which was the second time I'd ever been, uh, around her family,
Mhm.
her mom tried to full on kiss me,
Ah!
and I was like,
Ah!
help."
With tongue.
Yeah. I was like, "I can't,
Oh my
and I was like,
gosh.
I mean,
She wanted
she
to
was
see the
drinking, but I'm like,
mm. But you know what? You can't always use drinking as an excuse
"No,
because
no,
they
Oh,
say
no,
you reach a point
liquor
where
is
it's
the
like."
truth serum.
she had a person
She knew what the fuck she was
But
doing.
I
that was
was like, "Oh."
living with us
Oh.
for at least 5 years, might be
Ooh.
7,
Mm.
um, who slept on a cot in her bed.
Mm. Mhm. You know what that was.
Uh-huh. I was,
Wow.
like, preteen and early teens at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
My father, oh my god, the fights. "You're gonna turn our daughter gay."
Too late. You can't turn something that was already within you, right?
Yeah.
Like, when people say you're born this way, it's legit.
Mhm.
Like, who would choose
This.
this?
Yeah.
Like, please insult me, degrade me, tell me I can't go to the hospital with my child because I'm not a parent. You
Mm.
know, yes, please, I chose this.
Yeah.
Beat me some more.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I didn't choose to be black, I didn't choose to be a woman, I didn't choose to be bi, like, I was born into
I
this
didn't
world
choose to be
as this
born. Like,
that part. Trust me when I say my father is a hot fucking twat waffle, and I did not choose to be born from his ball sack. Like, oh, but I'm here, and I'm me, and Imma make noise, and if you
And
don't
you're
like it,
amazing,
thank
and
you.
you're being the change you wanna see in the world,
you're okay.
and you're
See if I tell you I love you anymore, you jerk.
and you're breaking all the cycles.
And I'm trying to break the
and,
mold.
and you and I are raising two amazing little humans.
Them little crumb snatchers, they're something. But honestly, I feel like if you're gonna label anything, label food. If you're
Mhm.
gonna label anything, label clothes, like small, medium, large. Like, don't label yourself.
Well, when I was first coming out,
Mhm.
I did that I'm not labeling myself.
Mhm.
And for me, after a period of time, it felt very disingenuous,
Mm.
and like I
Mm.
wasn't acknowledging who I really was.
Okay. Okay.
But that's the
Uh,
thing you did for yourself.
Right.
right. So I think that is an absolutely valid point,
Mhm.
but in some cases,
Mhm.
it's not what that individual
Yeah,
needs,
that's
and
true.
them choosing that label and
Helps them be a better version of
Well,
themselves.
it
yeah,
comes down to living your truth.
yes,
Yes. Yeah, you have to understand your truth to live your truth. Just like the saying is you have to love yourself before you can love someone
Mhm.
else. You have to understand who you are before you can go out there and advertise it
and I
or
think
present it.
that it's one thing for you or an individual
Mhm.
to choose to say who they are in whatever way they want to.
Yeah.
It is quite another thing for some random stranger
To put a label on me.
to
Yeah.
tell me what I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that with minority groups, and I don't assign the same level of
Mhm.
seriousness for this. I mean, it's all serious,
Mhm.
but there is definitely more gravity
Yeah.
with some of the minority groups than others. Um,
My back needs to pop.
you don't get to do that to
No.
other people.
No.
and that's not okay.
You know, I had this conversation with a coworker of mine, just on Friday because we were talking about the prejudices within a certain community and the prejudice just in general in the world. And she told me that growing up, and her and we actually went to the same high school. She just graduated 2 years before I did, so I never saw her 'cause I was a dork. Uh, but she said growing up, she remembers being called blah, blah with the ER at the end,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
And I told her, "I actually never recall ever in my life being called that by anybody." Now, I could also be naive or I have selective hearing. It's always been GA, amongst the friends of, but even still, I hate either one of them. But it baffled me because she's like, "I still remember this. It still hurts. It's still," and this was 40, 30 something years ago, and I said, "Yeah, I get that." I said, "But I've never," so for her to experience it and me not experience it, but yet we lived in the same area and then grew up in the same neighborhood, it was crazy to me because I always surrounded myself with people of good intentions, or so I thought. Um, there was
You
some with
tried.
some bad intentions, and then I got engaged to one of them. But anyways, but she surrounded herself with a certain demographic. I did not, okay? And so I think because I chose to hang out with more of a diverse group than she did, that label stuck with her. And I feel like now in our world, in this society, certain labels, you can't bestow that on me.
Mhm.
You don't know who I am. You don't know my story. You don't know my struggle. To you, my name is Jennifer.
Mhm.
That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything deeper than that. And now my inner circle will know. My best friend of 30 something years knows absolutely everything. Woo, don't hold her feet to the fire, she may spill. But, like, like you said, you can't put a label on someone else and expect
Mhm.
them to live with that label because that's not who they are.
No, and I mean, the stuff that happens when you're young does stick with you,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it sticks with you from the time that you're very little. I mean, from me being bullied in elementary school
Mhm.
is still there in my head,
Yeah.
you
Because
know?
kids are mean.
Yeah,
And
and I
adults
mean,
and they
I
grow up to
know
be adults, and that's
you
even worse.
had experience as well where people called you things that still.
Oh, 2nd grade, there's this little boy who called me Lizzie the Leslie. No idea what he was saying, but the way it was said, I knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Wow. And see, that was a label that is not you because, first of all, your name is Elizabeth,
You can't
and
even call
you're
me Lizzie.
no, and you're fire.
The entire 5-foot inferno there.
But, yes, I think that the label in which you want to bestow on yourself, or introduce yourself to the world should be the one that you want people to know you by, and I think that the LGBTQIA needs to do better. Imma just say that.
Mhm.
I think
Do better.
I think humans as a whole
Do better.
need to do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I don't think it's specific to any one group. It
Well,
is
I
frustrating.
specify it to that one group because of
They should get it.
they should get it. They should understand it, and
Mhm.
the disconnect is real.
Mhm.
But yes, you're right. Humans as humans need to treat humans as human, and no color, no sexuality, no human to human. It hurts to be human.
Mhm.
Pink said it best. All right, loves. Well, thank you very much. It has been a great episode. Thank you for joining Life in Chaos.
Thank you.
We will
Thank you
see
very
you next
much.
time.
Bye.
Bye.